you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you this gorgeous wearable Valentine's Day makeup tutorial that I am just so obsessed with. I've been really digging that kind of soft winged liner trendy look that's going on right now, and I was trying to look through my eyeshadow palettes today and really kind of decide what vibe I was going for. I knew I still wanted to play with color in some sort of way because I have done another Valentine's Day look on my channel, but that one was super dramatic, and I really wanted to create something a little bit more modern, more trendy, a little bit softer, more sultry, and that is exactly what this makeup look is. I am seriously so in love with how this makeup look came out, and this is definitely how I'll be doing my makeup on Valentine's Day. So if you and your loved one have any special plans, definitely go ahead and try this look out. Now, before we get into today's video, I just want to throw a quick disclaimer out there. You're gonna see that my hands look a little bit tan and crazy, and that is because I forgot to wash my hands after using my self tanner last night. So please disregard the craziness going on today, but I really wanted to get this makeup look filmed for you guys, and I wasn't gonna let this craziness stop me. Before we get into today's video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, if you want to see how I got this gorgeous smoky V-Day look, just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so let's get into today's makeup look. Can I just say it feels so good to be back in the makeup chair? I feel like I've been filming a lot of my videos in my bedroom lately, and you know, kind of took a break from being in the studio, but it feels really good to be back in here and creating. I also went ahead and filled in my eyebrows to save a time on the video, and I just went in with the LA Girl Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown, and I've already done my morning skincare routine. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and refresh my skin. I'm just gonna use the NYX Bear With Me multitasking spray. So you can use this before and after makeup, but I usually like to use it before. So next up, I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise eyeshadow base, and this one is in the shade Rumor 2, and I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my eyes. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be going in with the Araceli Beauty Jalisco Eyes Palette. Now, this is a gorgeous, more kind of a burgundy toned palette, which I thought would be perfect for the look I'm trying to create today. And this is a Mexican-owned brand. You guys should definitely check them out. I absolutely love their products, and the owner is absolutely gorgeous. So first, I'm going to take the shade Sombrero over here, which is just the light brown transition color, and I'm really going to build this into the crease and really kind of take my time with it to make sure that I get the effect that I want. I'm gonna pick this up on a Morphe M441 blending brush. Now I'm gonna make sure to kind of work in windshield wiper motions because I really want to create a rounded effect today. Since I will be doing a semi cut crease, I really want to make sure that my eyes look as rounded and blown out as possible. Now that we've blown that color out completely, I'm gonna go back in with my P. Louise eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna create a semi cut crease. To create my cut crease, I always like to use the Morphe M224, which is just a flat synthetic brush. I don't want to show my hands too much because they look so bad. And the way I like to do this is to literally just find the center of my lid. I'll do kind of like one stamping motion, pull it down, and then I'll just follow that shape through the inner and outer corners. Alright you guys, so for my lid color, I'm going to go in with MAC's Bone. It's just a really nice true bone shade, and I'm going to pick that up on a flat shader brush and really pack this over that eyeshadow base to make sure to lock it in and also give us a nice bright eyed effect. Alright you guys, so we have the bases of the eyes down. Now I just want to add a few final touches. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go back in with that transition shade on that same fluffy brush, and I just kind of want to re-intensify this outer corner over here just because I'm about to add another color, and I really want to make sure everything kind of blends seamlessly. So I'm really just focusing this more towards the outer V portion of the eye and the outer crease. All right, you guys, so now I'm ready to add a pop of a burgundy to the eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna take the shade Corazon, which is just that matte burgundy shade over here. And I'm gonna pick that up on a Morphe M433, which is just a more tapered blending brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and pat this against the lower lash line, a little bit more towards the outer area of the eye. I don't want to bring it too high into the crease, and I don't want to bring it too into the inner corner. I'm really just focusing it more towards this outer V. Then I'm going to go back in with my larger blending brush and really just mesh those two colors together out here on the outer corner. All right, you guys, so I'm not completely done with the eyes yet, but I am going to leave everything here for now. And what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and clean up under my lash line so that we can move on to the skin. All right, you guys, so now let's get into the skin products. And you guys know I always love to layer my primer. So the first one I'm gonna go in with is the Hard Candy 12-Hour Makeup Grip Hydrating Primer. So I'm just gonna pick up about a dime-sized amount of product and really warm that up on my hands and then begin to apply that all over the skin. For the center of my skin, I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Pore Perfecting Primer, and this one works just as great as the e.l.f. Pore Putty, so I usually switch between that one and this one. All right, you guys, so for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Sand Beige. So I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this foundation in my Target haul, but the shade that I had picked up was a little bit too light, so I finally got it in my shade. And this is the first time that I'm actually testing out this foundation because the last time I tried it was like a few years ago. And I remember not being a fan, but right now that I'm applying this, it actually looks really good. So I'm actually pretty decently surprised, you guys. This might be a new favorite for me. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. And I'm going to apply this pretty generously and kind of just clean up under my eye as well. To go over that, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer, and this one is in the shade Light Beige. And this one has a little bit more of a yellow tint to it, so it's really gonna help brighten up and highlight the under eye area. To blend everything out, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo Sponge. All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the skin. So I'm gonna pick up this Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette, and I'm pretty much just gonna mix these two shades together and begin to apply that to the outer quarters of the skin to give us a lot of definition. For blush today, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here from the e.l.f. Holiday Palette. So I'm just gonna take that shade on my Morphe E48 brush, which you guys know is my favorite blush brush because I love how round the brush is at the tip and it really just fits perfectly on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just gonna buff in circular motions and kind of just make sure to apply the blush as evenly as possible all throughout the cheekbone. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little baking. So I'm gonna go in with my handy dandy Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This one is in the shade Fair Light, and I absolutely recommend this powder from the drugstore. I think it's so amazing, and it really does a great job at highlighting the skin and staying put throughout the day. And to apply my bake, I'm gonna go in with my favorite Morphe sponge. You guys already know I use this all the time. And again, I just love this because it has that nice flat, sharp edge to it, so it's really easy to get that perfect kind of clean look with this sponge. So these two together is magic. All right, you guys, so while the bake is sitting, I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into the eyes because we really need to intensify this lower lash line to really create the effect that we are going for. So I'm gonna jump back into my Jalisco Eyes palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that same shade Corazon, and I'm gonna pick this up on a very dense blending brush. This is the MAC 221 brush, which is super thin and fluffy at the tip. And I'm really just gonna begin to diffuse this color on the lower lash line. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of extending the color a little bit outwards to kind of begin to mesh with the upper eyeshadow. So now I'm just gonna go back in with my first blending brush that had that kind of brown transition shade in it, and I'm just gonna begin to diffuse right under Corazon and begin to kind of just mesh everything together. So now I'm gonna go back in with that same shade, and I'm gonna take it on a flat liner brush like so. It just has that nice straight flat edge to it, and I'm just gonna begin to kind of pat this towards that lower lash line, really just getting the color in there. And then I just kind of want to create that liner effect, so I'm just going to begin to stamp this outwards and connect it onto the upper lash line. So now I'm just gonna go back in with a tapered blending brush and pick up Sombrero again, which was that transition shade. And I'm really just gonna kind of soften out this outer V area, just making sure to keep a lot of the definition towards the outer corner. I'm also gonna diffuse the lower lash line with a little bit more of that color to really make everything look super, super soft. All right, so now I'm gonna jump back into the palette and go in with the shade Amor, which is more of a metallic kind of burgundy red shade. So I'm gonna pick that up on the same definer brush and give it a little bit of a mist to really make it intense and metallic. And I'm really gonna kind of just push this up against the lash line to give us a little bit more of a metallic effect and kind of just tie the look together. Lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the lower lash line again. So now to finish up the eyes, I'm just gonna line the waterline with the Marc Jacobs eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Fine Wine. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade 110 Dolce Perla. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spritz the skin with some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. All right, you guys, so I just went ahead and muted out my lip color with a little bit of the leftover concealer on my sponge. For my lip color today, I'm gonna go in first with the KKW Nude 2 Lip Liner. For my lip color, I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Matte Liquid Lip, and this one is in the shade 32. You guys know this is my absolute favorite. And I like to pair it with a dark lip liner like this because I usually like to do a few dots on the center, and then I'll just take my finger and blend it out like so. And to top off the lip, I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Glossed Lip Gloss in the shade 25 Yes Honey. All right, you guys, we are almost done. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my favorite pair of lashes at the moment, which is I Can't Even by Beauty Creations. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those on off camera, apply some mascara, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, for mascara, I'm gonna try out a new one, and this one is by Essence, and it is called the I Heart Extreme Mascara. Now, you guys know I love my Lash Princess mascara. I don't have it on me right now, but it's the black and green one, and I swear by it, it's pretty much the one that I always use. But I heard this one was really good as well, so I wanted to give it a good try. Now, this one has more of a rubber brush to it, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna do a great job at really separating the lashes, but I'm curious to see how this compares to the other ones, so let's give it a try. All right, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but that gave me a lot of volume. I don't know what it is, but Essence just kills it with their formulas every time. This is the third Essence mascara that I've tried, and I seriously love them all so much. Again, this one is the I Heart Extreme. I would say go with this one if you like a rubber brush, and if you like a natural bristle brush, go with the Lash Princess. All right, you guys, I'm just quickly gonna do a second coat of this Continuous Setting Mist just because I love super dewy skin, and it is currently currently extremely cold where I live. We're actually in the middle of a snowstorm and my skin is just super, super dry. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's makeup look. I have to say I am absolutely obsessed with how this came out. As always, all the products that I use will be listed in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give me a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you on my next video.